So you want to start out with, I put a half a cup of water in a bowl. Now this you're going to have to do several hours ahead of time or overnight.
Is it just tap water or lukewarm?
Just regular. I like to use filtered water.
Filtered water,
because,
okay.
you know, sometimes just tap water has an off taste to it. I don't like that. So then we need just a quarter of a teaspoon of dried yeast, just that amount. I think people don't realize that you don't need a lot of yeast to proof a lot of bread dough, do you?
But that's a different kind of yeast than what I use.
Yes, this is, you use something that you could put in dry. Now this you have to proof in water.
So it's perfect for a sponge like this.
These cells are dormant. Yours were active. So we've got the yeast in there, we've got the water, and now, Peter, we're going to add a half a cup of durum flour. So I'm going to let you mix that around.
I love the golden color of that too.
Right, so now we've got this mixed up. That's all there is to this. So we cover this with a piece of plastic wrap. And we allow this to stand at room temperature, at least 4 hours. So for the second dough, we want 2 cups of water. So let's put that in.
Put it all in.
Put that in. And the yeast goes in. And then just to boost this even further, I'm adding something called wheat gluten. 2 cups of flour. Now we have this already pre-measured out, so let's put 2 cups in. Because I'm not so sure how much flour this is going to take. It's all in the hand. So we'll start with, let me give you a little bit more because that wasn't exactly 2 cups.
All right.
So let's whirl that up because that's going to give us a nice soupy consistency. So we get that going. And then, because conditions in every kitchen are different, you cannot say that it's a precise amount of flour that goes into the recipe. But here's some salt. We want to add that now with the 2 cups that we already put in there. I'm so glad he's doing all the work. I don't have to do anything. And now we look at this and we stop this, put this down, and I'm going to add the remainder of this because I know it's going to take it, and I may have to add a little bit more. So up we go, just on that second notch.
It gets still a soft, supple dough.
Very soft. All right, we're going to stop that because that is a very soft dough now. So here is our olive oil. I'm going to turn that dough in the oil, just like that. And you see how the oil really picks that up nicely. Okay, so now, that's a good image. It's a nice little soft pillow. So now we're going to let this rise. This has to rise about an hour and a half. All nicely risen. Look at how beautiful this looks. It's got a lot of nice holes in it. And it smells beautiful.
Wonderful.
So now what we're going to do is something called the knockdown. And the knockdown means to just knock it down. Once I allow it to rest, then I can kind of slap it the way my grandmother used to do. You know, she would do that, slap it on the board. And every time I do that, I think of her, of course. I remind myself of growing up in an Italian home. So what you can do now is you can make 1 or you can make 2. But once you get it like that, then we want to put it on a peel. So I think you have the peel down below.
Peel here for you.
Yep, get the peel. And it should have a piece of parchment on it. So
here it is. Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Oh, no, wait a minute. We're going to have to use we're going to have to use this because we already have bread on a peel.
Okay, yeah, we're going to put it on the parchment, yes.
So we're going to, if you can just help me lift that up there. There you go. And what we're going to do is just make a curvy look to this. Just a curvy look. And you take this part and fold it right over the top. That's the tail. That's the tail. Then we want water. So we want some water.
Oh, we've got some water right here.
Right there. And you want to brush that bread. And then the last thing we want to put on this are sesame seeds. This is so typically Sicilian. So you put the sesame seeds over the top like that. Nice. Just press them in a little bit. And then we cover this with a towel. We allow this to rise for 2 hours. Now we have one that's ready. So this one is going to rise. This one, look at that, is risen. Wow. And it's ready to go. Our oven is on. We're going to bake this on a stone at 450 degrees.
We'll go down there.
And I'm going on the bottom of it.
Set this one for you down here.
And just with a flick of the wrist, hot from the oven.
Oh, yes.
And let's see what that looks like.
Golden
Golden yellow.